the substitute rule, which is like...
Yeah. Oh,
though
no,
it clearly has it very stated it's only like 5 players. I've not read the rulebook in some time.
You can play with a sub for 4 series.
At the end of... Okay, it's just series based. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's it.
I was just checking for them.
Back to the storyline that matters. ILTW. I have heard. I checked out the grapevine because I was curious, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
I need to know if you'll give me a second chance. They don't come on often, but please, you know I can't stand it when you don't talk to me. When you don't talk to me. Yeah. There's something inside. Yeah, there's something inside that brings me back to you. Yeah. No, I can't hide it. No, I can't hide it anymore. I don't know why, but I can't seem to get you off my mind. And I know it's true, and I'll say this to you, I want you back. This
Light it up, light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Slide.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
back and forth has got me so messed up. Don't ignore the signs. We've had enough of the whole damn thing that we got going. You hold the strings without me knowing. Why do I have to suffer through the thinking? Why do I have the feeling that we're sinking?
We see these two teams fight against each other time and time again. The last time we saw them on LAN was Mad Moon. It was actually the...
What's all this for? It's got me turned around, but I can't ignore the feelings that I found in this whole damn thing that we got going. You hold the strings without me knowing. Why do I have to suffer through the thinking? Why do I have the feeling that we're sinking? I need to find a way. Find a way. Find a way. Find a way out. Find a way out. Find a way out. Find a way out. Find a way out.
Bring it back now. I got the moves. Hey. Hold up. If you turn around, you gon' face the lead. Shooting from above, go to sleep, you're dead, What? 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 Bring it back now. What? What?
never wanna hold you back. I wanna give you every chance to make it, to make it. I'm afraid if our love collides, you'll leave me alone tonight. 'Cause I'm changing and I'm breaking. Is this over? I'm scared to ask these questions.
Come and fly away with me. 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 Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Somewhere by the emerald sea, where the moon and water meet. Somewhere close to harmony, when the world is sound asleep. Something's gonna bring the change, journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Come and fly away, come and fly away, come and fly away with me. Come and fly away, come and fly away, come and fly away with me. Something's gonna bring the change, journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. just one family in the sweet harmony. Someday we'll all be easy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadow
infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power.
Infinite power.
Damage to kill them. They don't. Nisha's still good to go.
He's
In fact,
healing.
he's got the Doom ready. He's not even going to need to drop it. His mind control just dying to the Plague Wards. 2 dead on the side of NIGMA. Nisha's still alive. Miracle's hunting for him. See if Miracle can find him. He's not going to be able to do so as Nisha's out of there with the phase boots and Miracle's taking damage.
He's got to be careful. He's going to fill up his bottle, but they do have that ward behind, so they will see that this is happening. So they're going to know this puck is here. Matu has to be careful.
Oh, they got the snowball coming in. Matu. Nisha's still good to go. Zion Puppy ready to turn and fight back into this. The Doom's going to be dropped down on the Miracle. The move over towards the puck side. He's going to get the track out. GH will fall. As Secret, they're outnumbering NIGMA on this bottom lane. As Kuro goes down, as Shuriken bounces there, Zai takes the 2 of them. 3K lead now for Secret at 9 minutes in.
The track used at the perfect time there. Puppy even skills the ult earlier when the whole action is happening, so he's this jungle who actually has some type of involvement with that ultimate since it's gotten buffed significantly. And Nisha, some fancy footwork.
Yeah.
The healing salve coming from his teammates as well too. The bottle regenning up, getting that reinitiation. Good move from Miracle, but it gets counteracted quite heavily. And yep, track's online, so these kills just more beneficial.
Yeah, big money early game already. Just all part of Secret's plan there, Matu. The perfect bait, and NIGMA go for it. Tower.
They're actually going to set up for bottom.
They're going to try and go on Matu again. Maybe this time they'll take him down. I don't know. Nisha's actually here, ready to help out. Doesn't matter. The burst from Miracle is enough. They take down Summerman. We'll see if GH will go down in return. He'll burn to the chase of the Doom.
Track money. Sucks that they lose Matu, but they get that track. Mind control, swinging behind with an invis. Wants Nisha. He actually could be able to set up for this. They've got Kuroki in range for that Inkswell, but no. Nisha's going to be careful. Puppy, back to doing ancient stacks.
Back to the jungle. It's been having a great time. The jungle Venom 107 at 10 minutes in. I tell you what, when I get a jungle Venom in my pub, it's not got that KDA.
No, most definitely not.
This is some very fancy stuff here from Puppy.
And he's going to be holding the shovel, what looks like the whole game, so he's going to be pumping out salves, bounties, mangoes for his teammates too, so it's, you know what, as long as he keeps that for the next, like, long while, it'll be nice. Nisha, he's pretty far away.
Yeah, he's hard to go on. Don't quite have the Dream Core back up for Miracle. It's a necessary component if they want to blow him up.
And a player who's been pretty quiet this game, Yapzor, we haven't really seen him much, now finally swings toward mid. He's halfway to Blink, he's got level 7, so his finger's online for any of these situations where he does show up for the puck. Zai.
See, all they do trap him in the shards. He's looking pretty dead here. RTW comes across, they'll get Zai. Was almost in position to try and dispel the smoke movement from NIGMA, so it's him going down, the rest of them getting out. Nisha going for the BKB straight after the drums and looking to hold on to this tier 1 tower mid. Trying to not let NIGMA get away with these early objectives.
I was wondering what his first item would be. Drums still just seems like the best option since it just benefits everything for you as a Doom. Nisha trying to secure a rune. GH will get it up top though for Miracle. As I'm surprised Puppy's not actually the one even going toward mid. Usually it's like your Venomancers. Usually it's a core, obviously, but usually you see these Venos like sit and set up that defense around mid. No, they didn't even have to. Mid doesn't get pressured. He's able to just continue his farm. Gyro starting to work on jungle a little bit here to catch up.
Yeah, we see on the heat map there, Puppy's favorite parts of the jungle to visit, along with that heavy presence on the bottom lane. Those fights that he's already got involved in, a lot of action. Involved in 8 of the 9 kills.
Matu is gone for a crit at as the first item.
Oh my goodness, I didn't expect that today. Nobody expected that. No one expects the first item Crystallis, but Matu, he's got it.
I guess he wants to do as much damage as possible before he gets his damage.
It's good damage.
I don't even know.
It's good.
Cheap.
It's heavy physical.
Cheap build up.
If the jug comes spinning at you, you're going to have a good way to punch into him. Zai, again, playing sort of the sacrificial role here on Secret's lineup.
As he tends to. He's almost got his Aether Lens too, so it looks like he's just going to be playing from a distance, just going for these tracks and shurikens.
And we see, you know, ILTW very much aware of the brawl that Secret's bringing to him. We're not seeing this Maelstrom or a Battlefield, any sort of farming item, straight stats, straight into the SMY. So he just doesn't die, you know, so he's going to be able to run at them or run away from them and have some sort of survivability rather than just being caught with one of these greedier items.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just status resist, right? He's playing versus Doom, he's playing versus Hex.
Oh, wait, I thought Zai just died. How did he?
He just respawned.
Yeah, I guess he did.
He's accumulating TPs.
He's dying quicker than he's dying, it seems. But this is, I guess, part of sort of Secret's special strategy. You know, this is what usually happens. 5 deaths on Zai at 14 minutes in. Everything's going to plan for Secret.
Yeah, Puppy's got 100 last hits. Let's see how many Zai has.
100 last
11.
hits.
So look at that.
Oh my goodness. He's nearly got the mech done as well, Puppy.
Yeah, he's almost got mech. That's gonna be really nice. Mech pipe this game if he's able to get that as a 5/4, whatever the hell you want to call this Venomancer. It's gonna be great versus the side of Team Nigma. You know, Puck, you can negate majority of that damage, turn it around too. Pretty good. Nisha trying to farm that BKB. He's almost got it.
It's close. It's gonna be quick. Power that money.
Nigma's got to slow this man down.
Rolling in with the Devour.
Matu waiting behind the tree.
This is a big chase though. This is a long movement over towards Nisha, and now GH, he might be in trouble himself as he snowballed in. And they're running him down. GH, he's gone.
They're bringing more. The entire squad of Secret swinging over. ILTW continue to push top.
Kuro's trying to hide, but Zai's found him with the track. Yapso steps in with the setup. We have the link going on to Nisha. And Kuro getting taken down low. Whoa, finger comes in from Yap. And Mind Control, he's looking pretty dead here as well. Diving in underneath the tower. They're coming in with the TPs. Mind Control, all the stun isn't enough. It isn't. A healing ward from ILTW. As ILTW comes in, he's able to save Mind Control. Now he's looking to try and run down Matuma Man, but Nisha's ready with the Doom. Turns, Doom drop down onto the jug. ILTW, he's got to run. The snowball comes in to hold back Matuma Man, but Nisha's chasing him down. Zai leading in as well. The Shuriken bounces there. They finish off ILTW as he goes down. Miracle. He really wants to find Yapso, but Yapso's got the stick charges. Yapso will end up ticking out. Miracle turns towards Matuma Man, but now he's surrounded by the rest of Secret, and another track kill is picked up. And Secret, they might not be done yet. They're looking towards GH. Gale into the Poison Nova. Tracks continue to get laid out by Zai as NIGMA's being held underneath their tier 2.
That was just a beautiful read from Secret, just knowing that this action's coming. Gyro, Matu, he TP'd so early before any of those movements even happened, setting up for that call down. That was a sick play. And the way that they played around it too, as soon as Matu, he sees Mind Control, he burns the link, he immediately starts running in to go start getting more action. A great fight from Secret, just dancing around, getting pretty much every perfect opportunity for them. It's 9,000 gold lead already. This Veno has now surpassed the Juggernaut.
Yeah. It has indeed. This is, so far this has been a bit of a rough one for NIGMA. It can never feel good when you're getting jungle Venoed, and it works.
Yeah. And now they've already got such big, like, this Doom now has a BKB. Like, Nisha's already done so much work with getting every single one of his spells off anyway versus all this like damage and control and whatnot. And now there is no control anymore.
Look at that, look at that
gonna
graph.
get it. Yapso's got to blink.
All right, Nigma's on the hunt. They get Yapso. Can they get more out of this? They're moving on to Matu. My man TP's coming in. Matu's getting low. Matu is still alive, actually. Finally, they take him down with the X-Word damage he's got. They bring down the gyro. Can Nigma get more out of this? They turn towards Puppey. Mind Control leans in with the static link. They've got a third. They take down three. They're turning towards Nisha. Nisha and Zai trying to fight up against the 4 members of Nigma. They've got the tracks down towards them, but the healing ward keeping Nigma safe. Nisha still very tanky, but Nigma, they've got the space now to push it onto the tier 1 tower with 3 dead on Secret.
They've finally been able to punch back. Themselves actually starting a fight properly rather than some awkward spell usages causing some chain reaction events. They actually get a good connection with everything here. And finally, gets some breathing room as the Jug now. He surpasses the Veno.
Now LTW after the S&Y, he's still going to go back for the Maelstrom, which is a wonderful item across the board on a Jug. Normally you see it the other way around, but played it smart this game, and it has paid off. You know, you see LTW 2-1 and 2. You know, his game is still, it's pretty safe, you know, the flow that he's got. They haven't managed to kill him more than the once, which is a pretty big thing considering the aggression that Secret has brought, especially when they came down to his lane very early on in this game.
No, absolutely. And, you know, Mind Control, he's having a bit of a rough one, the 1-2-1, but he's got the key item. He's got the BKB, so he can just stick onto that gyrocopter pretty much entirely. If they don't have a Force Staff, which they won't for some time, I see Zai, he's going to be that builder of the Force to break that link off of his gyrocopter. But yeah, there's going to be a time for the next few moments where Razor should, in theory, just be able to stick on top of that gyro. Depends on how all these fights kick off, of course, as we see in Secret, really causing quite some havoc with the way that they do approach it.
Zai
scouting.
That's got backup here, Kuro. Kuro's also got ILTW and GH here. Nisha's still going to try moving on to Kuro, but Mind Control comes in from the side. He's going to commit with the BKB link down onto Nisha. Nisha puts the BKB and tries to run. Hellbear Smasher from Puppey takes down Kuro on the backlines. The static link brings down him incredibly low. Miracle's going to be in with the follow-up. Jumps in, Dream Coil, down onto Nisha, down onto Zai. As Nigma, they'll get the 2 kills. Puppey, he's got to be careful. As Nigma, they're still chasing onwards. Is GH going to have any sort of catch? Doesn't look like it. But still, again, another good hit there from Nigma as they take down 2 and only lose the 1 support.
Get themselves a big one. A full duration healing ward as well. Keeping them up. They're actually going to threaten a Roche here.
I mean, with the tag team,
they do kill it fast.
And Miracle, he's already made the jump on a Puppey outside of the pit. As Puppey, he's got a Shadow Amulet. And they've got the damage to take him down. Yeah, they did. Shards out. The Taker's Life Sentry was ready and down as well. They're back into the pit. Secret, they are going to have Nisha up, but this Roshan's going to fall pretty quick here to the damage of ILTW. Is it quick enough, though?
Fall down. This looks a little dicey for Enigma. Like, if they fight after...
They've got Healing Ward back up, though.
Okay, it's back up.
Get it outside the pit.
Job might be to go scout that.
Here's the cooldown. They're going to move in over towards GH. Jump from Miracle, gets the silence onto the 2, and then they burst down Zai. Now with the Blade Fury over towards Nisha, but Nisha pops the BKB. Turns with the Doom. Drop down, in fact, onto GH. ILTW, he's still got an Omni Slash good to go. The Doom, what was he scared of there? He dropped it onto the GH Tusk. And now
they can't fight.
They've got it.
Yeah. A little bit of mistake spellcasting, it seems, Enigma heavily capitalized on in these last 2 moments. They're tip Nisha for sure.
Yeah, that was a Doom for what? Yeah, GH more than happily tanking that one.
This is going to give them some good timing here to be able to build up these next few items. I think the Maelstrom is probably already coming out. Mind Control, as we said, he has the BKB. And Miracle, he's building toward Lincolns to be able to cover versus that Doom. So starting to get themselves some nice breathing room.
Yeah, that 9K lead that Secret had is getting shut down. Nigma keeping it cool, and as I say, you know, ILTW just playing a solid game as Jug, and now coming in from the high ground, Matu, he's not ready for this. They jump from the shadows, and the surprise, it catches Matu, and Matu getting punished a little bit here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he just finished the Aghanims before all this too, and he's died, died again. Zai not really able to do a whole lot in the game, actually. He's just like walking in and just instantly dying. He's a 1,000 HP bounty hunter. Yeah, he's just trying to scout. 20 seconds, still no gyro. ILTW, he wants to go for something else here.
He's going in.
Just gotta wait.
I mean, they're all up. He's walked in pretty aggressively, but he's got a Blade Fury. He's cool. He knows at the end of the day, if he can get the Blade Fury off, he's not going to die. Obviously, keeping in mind the Doom cooldown, knows that it's still not back up for 40 seconds, so he can walk up like that, especially with the Aegis. And I think, yeah, he knows it. He's not going to die the once until the Doom's online. I think that's the only real threat at the moment for him when he has this SMY and a decent amount of stats to work with.
Yeah, and they still have this ward down, Owen. That ward that they killed Matu with, it did not get dewarded. That's actually a very big surprise. They have so much information now around the triangle, which is usually the hardest place to actually be able to invade like this. Like, Nick was just walking up into high grounds because of this, which normally you cannot do. Miracle. Not going to go in. They do also have that Grimstroke shard is finished now. Since we've hit 20 minutes, the absurdity will begin.
Oh, it's going to be huge. You got to be prepared for those heals.
So it's going to be much harder now for Secret to get these type of initiations onto Miracle. The Linken's very good versus Doom, but also quite good versus the Lion Insta-Hex. You have to actually prepare it a little bit differently now. So this is going to be a good bailout for himself and potentially his teammates if he sees an opportunity to throw it on them.
Zai, I'll look out maybe for some couriers. Still not quite having the 4-staff online, which is, you know, as you mentioned, quite a crucial item for them against Mind Control's Razor.
Yeah, he's getting close.
He might get this courier here.
He's going to get.
Oh, is he though?
Oh, he's not.
He's not. He's not going to get
looking elsewhere.
Or maybe he gets this one. He's going to get this one.
For him, but Puppy?
Yeah, Puppy's looking pretty dead. They do get the courier. So GH will be without his Blink Dagger. So definitely a bit of a heavy loss there on the Blink. But all things considered, NIGMA just taking a really good control of the game here, despite coming out of the laning stage, the early game behind. So we'll get another courier. NIGMA, I don't think they care too much. They're moving down the mid lane. They're looking at tier 2 towers and they're saying, what have you got? And at the moment, Secret, they're not turning up for this. They're not going to look to try and defend this tower.
I like how together they're playing. And GH, he punches back. He gets a courier as well for himself. So takes out
bit of revenge.
I like, NIGMA all just sticking together. I think they're recognizing that their 5-man squad is quite a bit stronger. As Secret, they don't really have a 5-man squad. They have like a 4.5 because Zai is kind of not really a hero as this bounty hunter. He's level 9 as the offlaner.
Kuro, a little far forward here. I mean, missile coming in. They'll drop him with the finger. Yapsor able to clean him up.
Bit too far up. Now, Secret, they have their BKB on Matu, so he probably feels a lot safer, and they have the 4-staff on Zai, so maybe some aggressive move gonna come out for them. Still an Aegis, though, 40 seconds, so they don't really want to go too hard overextending, but maybe they can time a movement around that Aegis expiring.
Question, Fogged. If Kuro soulbinds 2 targets, and then Yapsor fingers someone that's Lotused, does the target finger both of the soulbind targets?
No.
Are you sure? I think that might be a yes. I think, you know, you can't
gosh.
Because he's effectively casting the spell himself, right? So if it's casted back at a target that's linked up, we'll see. You know, we'll keep.
We'll see.
We'll see. You know.
Every time that we always do these like crazy little ones, they don't happen.
They just don't.
Don't put me in there. Come on, don't do this to me.
Oh, let's see. RTW leading the way. Ags up next on the shopping list after the Maelstrom.
Yeah, great pickups here versus that Gyro. Sai starting to give some scouting information this time around. Ward is on the high ground for Team Secret. NIGMA will be able to get that D-Ward out, and Secret will be careful. Still no blink on Nisha. I think they're probably waiting on this one because he found a Centaur. He found the War Stomp finally, so that's just it's just too good. Then it'll allow them to actually set up on Miracle a lot easier. He doesn't have his own Linken's Breaker on the side of Nisha, but then it can allow for the follow-up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, when the game does slow down like this, I mean, who do you favour the scaling potential of? The Gyro or the Juggernaut? Or is it always going to be a little harder for the team that is up against a Doom? Is that going to have sort of the final say?
I mean, I think I kind of have to favor the Jug because there's just a bounty that's literally a walking track. He's just like walking 4 steps and tracks for a lot of the game, so. But Gyro does have the better farming item, though. He has the Aghanims, so it's like...
And how the level's looking. Gyro, level 19. It's close. RTW is
good.
just a level behind. He's just a level behind right now. Puppy.
Zai.
Oh, they're coming
Scouting.
up here. Yapsor always going to get the jump
They
on
get the
Mind
hex.
Control. Mind Control steps straight up to the high ground. He's going to need help. GH rolls over, but Mind Control's already gone down. Yapsor turns with a finger. They'll take both of them. Secret.
That's huge.
Bit of a nasty surprise there as NIGMA try and head back into the jungle. RTW's on the retreat. Should be fine here. No measure to close the gap up to the high ground, so he'll get back, but 2 free kills there for Secret.
And it's not a big committal either. They use the finger, but who cares? Like, whatever. At this point in this game, that's not really what's going to be the important thing in the game. Doom is still available. And they've got the Blink coming out. Another Force Staff now finished up. Puppy's got one too to be able to counteract that Razor. So, hey, maybe that farm from Gyro and Doom will be enough, even with some thrown-in tracks. They are finding quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you see those 2 kills, and it's like straight up at least a 1k jump and gold lead. Thanks to the track, it seems, when they're all around.
Now they can actually poke the mid tower.
Pretty dead here, I believe. GH is dead for 20 seconds.
Soulbind doesn't work on Lotus, by the way.
Okay. That does make sense. You were correct.
He's
always in with the Doom, but the Blade Fury came out in time, so it's going to get the chance for him to get out of there. RTW is fine. Kuro will fall. Can they save Mind Control? Mind Control's got a BKB ready to pop. He doesn't even need to. Holds on to it. That's the Doom down the drain as RTW see that on the replay again. We'll get that beautiful save from GH as he comes in, gets ILTW the opportunity to get his Blade Fury off. And just really nice moves as RTW backs out and then sees the opportunity to just charge straight across the fight towards Matumba Man and find him in a vulnerable position where Secret can't do anything to save him.
Yeah, and the itemization from Mind Control definitely coming into play both times now that I've seen. The Blink and the BKB, he's literally, like we said, his job, get on Matu, stick him. I think he got like 130 damage in that last fight. You're feeling it in every single one of them. So yeah, Lotuses, we're going to watch when Secret does get those, because as we said, that's going to change a lot of how these fights are done. There's going to be lots of crazy plays between reflecting links, reflecting snowballs and whatnot. As another timing for NIGMA. They've got the Cheese, they got the Aegis, they got a Scotty. ILTW feeling really good. He also, you know, I pointed this out quickly earlier, but the double status resist is really paying off for him right now.
Yeah, he's a tough target, especially against these abilities, you know, the Venom and the Doom that do rely on sort of the longer durations of debuff. It's going to be shut down by this build. Of course, that's become as pretty much every game on Jug. This is the way to go, SMY. One of those items that didn't really get turned down too much in the patches.
Ooh, 4 attack speed. Ooh, definitely not. The jump.
Oh no, my
Kuro?
attack speed. Doom, it's going to actually get dropped down here onto the Razor. Mind Control's going to be the Doom target this time around for Nisha. Slashes are still available from ILTW, so he'll be able to cut down Yapzor. Mind Control's going to be able to walk out the fight whilst the Doom's down on him. ILTW moves in with the Blade Fury onto Nisha. They've picked up the 2 kills. Again, you're just sort of prepared, and we're really starting to see it's hard for Nisha to find the good Doom targets. NIGMA's normally ready for this.
Especially with ILTW on the front lines with this Aegis and Cheese, it makes it quite impossible. As Secret committed everything there.
RTW's got a Swiss Slash good to go. They're going to make the jump in onto Matu. Matu's trapped in by the shards. He's going to have to put the BKB. Turns towards RTW. RTW committing in with the Swiss Slash. Matu, he's trying to run, but can they take him down? They can't. Oh, he's going to get saved by the force stop, but no! The reach there from Mind Control as he catches him on the end of the ring. NIGMA.
ILTW just really pushing it with his hero. That was such a nice usage of Aegis there too. Just getting a kill onto the gyro. They can continue this push now too. Everyone full HP.
How do they stop this? NIGMA up into the base. 2 dead on Secret at the moment. Matu's out for a full 60 seconds. Has got a buyback if he wants to use it, but they're just losing the mid-racks for now. Dream calls down on the 2. The Miracle jumps in with the silence. Matu's going to commit with the buyback. Straight back in action. He's going to look to try and help them hold. We'll push NIGMA back for now.
That hurts. He has to buy. How much time did he have left? He didn't have that much.
It was still a full minute. About 50 seconds at least. No, it was...
Okay, cool. So... Still hurts. Gets his item timing completely shut down. Now Jug and Puck have completely surpassed him, and I believe, what, ILTW about to hit level 25. We have Miracle level 25 already online too, and we're seeing that damage. Now I see Miracle, he's actually switched. He's holding both the Ceremonial and the Psychic Headband, probably 2 best Puck items you can get early on. He can break his own coil with that Ags. He's got the extra amp. Zai.
I mean, he's got Yapzor here, but it's kind of just the 3 of them. Zai's dead, and Yapzor, he's going to be soon to follow. That Eon Disc is not going to get him out of it, or is it? Or is it? Oh, it is.
Oh my god.
It is.
It did.
It didn't. It did not. He died. 322 gold. Love it. Was it with the Witchblade damaging the base? I guess
it must have been.
Yeah, it was. Witchblade, it's a damaging item. Well,
and again, they're still feeling comfortable to go for that high ground push. ILTW now finishing up that next big item.
Things are maybe getting sort of a little lost here for the Fleur Secret. That move seemed just a bit of unsecrecy. You know, the way the sort of 3 of them just headed over. Nothing good was going to come from that move. And now they're losing the racks.
Starting to feel the pressure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the mid-ranks gone. Melee racks at least. NIGMA, they'll take it. Now the net worth pretty much even. Well, that's going to be feeling pretty good, especially against a team that did have the bounty. Had that track gold benefit. At this point, though, that's not showing at all, as NIGMA have just done a really good job of taking back control of this game after the Secret was sort of bringing the chaos early. It doesn't matter. NIGMA's just kept their cool. And their course, I mean, Miracle and ILTW in particular is just having a fantastic game. 10-2-13 on Miracle and 10-1-11 on ILTW.
exactly what you want to see in a game. You know, your Razor, sure, he's got 6 deaths, but
He's doing his job as well.
Kuroki's got 12. He's doing his job. You know, that's fine. Oh, some nice items. Timeless Relic and Spell Prism for the side of NIGMA. Woohoo! Oh, baby.
Yummy. Spell Prism for Miracle. Secret also getting the nice ones. Trickster Cloak. Just did get nerfed a little bit. Not quite as broken as it was, where you couldn't dispel it.
Yep. Timeless Relic, Grimstroke. That is... Oh, my God. The Ink Swells in general, they're just going to be ridiculous now. On top of what they already have been. He also now has finally finished up an item. Kuro has a Lotus too, so it's just going to be so hard for Nisha to ever find a target properly. Secret will find their own Spell Prism, but the battle's coming to them. Matu.
Oh, he's been found. They've made the jump on him, Matu.
The Lotus?
It's going to save him momentarily as he's inside of the snowball. And he's still very, very low. He's been linked up. They'll try and force it to the side. RTW's in with the Swiss Slash, Omni Slash over towards Puppey. Takes down the Veno. They get the jump over towards Matu. Matu's out of the game for 2 minutes. No buyback. As he is dead. They'll celebrate by denying mind control as a team. As mind control's gone, but it's all good. They deny him. Secret get nothing out of that. And now NIGMA's going to have a full 100 seconds to play. There's no gyro in the game.
Straight to the bottom lane. The Razor's dead, but I think they can definitely look for it. Actually, Miracle says, screw it, I don't want Zai doing any type of creep cutting. I want this kill.
Has he got the damage here? Zai up to the high ground, and he's back to the low ground. As he gets pushed back down by Miracle.
But his team, you know, his team's doing the damage. RTW, I don't need the puck.
He doesn't.
I'm a jug.
And Zai will still die. Miracle is still able to chase him down and get the kill.
Wow. And now he has Coil available. And when he does return down bottom to join his team.
RTW he's ready to run in and look for these kills. He wants more to pad up his KDA. They're taking their axe. The Secret with just 3 alive. Not really a whole lot they can do to stop this.
Oh, this has been some really nice spellcasting, really good team fights from NIGMA after a bit of a tough start there. They started to turn up the action themselves. So they were like, all right, we're done getting initiated. We're done getting ran at and going 1 by 1. We're running as a 5-man squad, and it's really worked out when they started running together more.
Absolutely nice. I say normally you get these teams, they make these changes, you know, player out, player in, and then, you know, they look a bit shaky on the first few games. This is, you know, against Team Secret as well. You know, what a debut this is for NIGMA.
Absolutely.
This is huge.
Yeah. LTW is looking like he's fitting perfectly with the team. This guy, we've seen him play so many times before. He's also got a massive hero pool too, so I'm looking forward to see what other stuff he can play for this team, because this is just an excellent display for this team right now.
Right, who's getting the axe here? Probably Mind Control. It's only Mind Control and Kuro that don't have one right now.
Maybe Kuro just takes it then. Nah, they'll give it to Mind
They'll
Control.
take it.
Core,
I mean,
guess.
it's going to help with the high ground siege. Pushing down those buildings.
But we love the Dark Portrait.
We do. It's Puppey.
Puppey. He's caught far outside.
Yeah. The memories of the safety of the jungle long distance now for
Well, you
Puppey.
know what? Team NIGMA is doing a very good service for the people.
Yeah.
You know, Jungle Veno's he's losing. He's losing. So.
Look at that, the power of the healing ward there. 45k healing done here by this one little ward.
I haven't seen it get sniped too much from Veno wards either. They've done a great job with every time they do use it to have it in a great position. ILTW, DD in the bottle at the ready.
Oh, and Miracle's in. He's able to proc the E on Disc on Yapsor. Missile's getting sent back the way here of Matu. He's taken a few of them on the reflect. 60 seconds, no Puppey. Again, Secret caught in a situation where they're trying to defend with a... Oh, there's the combo, baby. The Dream Coil into the kick. He's out. They're calling it. Secret's had enough of this one. GG is called as NIGMA will take game 1 here of the best of 3. And I say, you know, this has got to feel great for them. You know, they've made a change. Yep. They come in, the first showing. It's honestly, this is looking like some of the best Dota that they've played in quite some time. You know, a performance like this, just top stuff across the board from NIGMA.
Yeah, and it has to be some nice confidence that boosts in as well when your brand new guy comes in, he dies once in the game. Like that was such a good performance from ILTW, really carrying the team. Versus Secret, versus some instant disables. There's Dooms, there's Hexes, there's all this kind of stuff, and he kept his cool. really good job from ILTW and Miracle in particular, and GH. Some really clutch snowball saves at some crucial moments, turning the game around and just playing aggressive. That's what I noticed. Like when they're playing a little more defensively, that's when you saw like Secret starting to get this 10,000 plus gold lead. As soon as NIGMA started to kick off these team fights, get good initiations, get good spell connections, and sticking as a unit, they brought it right back to Secret.
Absolutely. And you know, for sure, Secret maybe trying something a little different. They try the jungle Venom, which looked to have a good start. At the end of the day, though, wasn't part of a winning lineup as NIGMA were able to deal with it. We'll see how much more of a test maybe they get in Game 2. As you know, as the panel said, this series is all very important for these two teams. Secret are not going to let this one fly past them a 2-0. Imagine if they were trying some experimentation here in Game 1, they're going to change it up a bit in Game 2. But honestly, if NIGMA look as good as they did here, I think Secret's got to be pretty scared, as this Game 1, NIGMA, pretty much flawless here from the mid-game to the end. As Game 1 goes to NIGMA against Secret.
And your pubs are saved. That's right. Hopefully we're not going to see any Veno jungle again, even though it did seem to work out. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about everything game-related. And knowing my panel, probably also a little bit not game-related, but we'll be right back and do all of that after a break.
Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die, so come and fly, come and fly, come and fly. one family in a sweet harmony. Someday we'll all be free.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Team secrets turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to pick. Radiant team pick.
Grimstroke.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Team secrets turn to pick.
Gyrocopter!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to ban.
Phantom Lancer.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Team Secret versus Team NIGMA, the type of Dota we love to see. And we already loved game number 1, and we hope that game 2 lives up to our expectations just as much. We're ready to show you the draft all ready for this game 2 of a best of 3. You're watching DreamLeague Season 15, powered by Intel, joined by Kyle and by T-Gov. And, well, I know you like to see us, but you're only going to see it for a short, snappy second because the draft is well underway, and I can't wait to see what's happening. IO Gyro! Oh, love it.
They gave him the PL. You know what I'd love to see from NIGMA is the refreshing take on IO Gyro, because of course RTW, he loves playing, you know, some IO carry. What's also pretty good? Gyro mid. What makes this combo good? Maybe put the IO in the safe lane, the Gyro in the mid lane, you pick a strong lane to enable the IO, and now you have a really big mid-game orientated draft once again. Or they can just go support IO with GH. Sure.
IO. What was the discussion? If it's core, it wins. If it's support, it loses. Pretty much the rule.
Pretty much the rule of thumb, yeah.
But how does Carry Wisp fare against Phantom Lancer? Because
that doesn't matter. PL's it's picked
on the other team.
Never mind. Yeah, for a second there I thought it was banned, but it was banned previous game in the first phase. Yeah. So
I think it depends. It fares well because of the Gyro. I think they, if in this weird scenario that I proposed, if it is to work, then the IR and the Gyro complementing each other, a lot of magic damage coming out to deal with the likes of a PL. But let's not get carried away with the kind of that weird iteration.
Radiant team ban.
Okay, so can we learn anything from the bans of the Timber, the Abaddon, and the Lash? Or are those all just heroes that do okay against
protecting the Phantom Lancer? I think the Abaddon is just because they respect it with a core Wisp so much.
But for the idea of what NIGMA brings to a game, they're all heroes that allow for mid-game snowballing, kind of you centralize your draft around it. You know, Oracle enables the Husker, the Troll, the +1 to go in. The Tusk is just insane damage and Roshan potential. Timber, Aber, and Lesh, they're all exit a laning phase. They're just accelerants to just map pressure because they're crossing the river and doing stuff. So yeah.
They have Phantom Lance. You ban Timber Lesh.
Sure, and you ban Timber Lesh. I'm just giving it a better way of saying it, Carl.
You gotta. I feel like I'm like I'm an 8th grade English class. You know, you got to write that book report. We're like, all right, well, it's really only worthy of a cliff notes, but we've got to finish the full 2 pages.
Yeah, the 2 pages. Sometimes it's kind of cool. Yeah, this is a favorite once again.
We saw ET played by Brame very successfully on the off lane. Is there a chance Mind Control takes this one?
I'm down for it.
Yeah. Has he played that? I know you're all big on the checking of the pubs of the players, T.
I'm checking. I'm having a gander.
Right. Every offlaner can play ET. Seb was doing it before.
He said
he hasn't played it
on any of his heroes.
Mind Control, no.
He has no Smurfs.
And doesn't have any Smurfs.
Smurfing
Mind Control
is
an honest man.
Offense,
yeah, he's
Kyle.
honest.
No, wait, is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's that guy. He's always streaming like.
I know, and he's about to get
literally
banned.
boosting accounts.
We're getting through the banning.
Yeah,
process.
you know, there's a lot of paperwork.
He's a lot of admin.
Right.
A lot of admin. Quick draft though. Snap pick center into a snap pick center.
That is an interesting point though. Like, shouldn't pros kind of have to Smurf? That's why you hide your match history. Otherwise, people can find out what you're playing. It's open in the API.
I feel like if you're practicing in pubs, you're playing pubs to public. You don't need to hide.
Yeah, you're playing with 9 other people.
Yeah,
sure, but
that's a talking point for another day. We got a draft to game 2, NIGMA and Secret, Kyle, and we have a Sanking and an ET. So this, again, I'd love to see this be an IO ET lane, Sanking in some 4 or 3 capacity with the gyro mid. I think that it plays well to the evolution of this team with RTW and Miracle. And I really want to see them just try something a little bit more creative because they have got game 1 up against Secret.
Sand King Core is quite nice against the Phantom Lancer though, with the cost build.
Is true. Yeah,
you just play really aggressive in the lane. I just don't really buy it. I have yet to see Sand King have a ton of success. I feel like we've been saying this for like a decade. Yeah. Like, it just doesn't seem good ever.
He needs the 4 to do a lot of work. Like, he needs that Willow, he needs that Murano, if you care about lane but not the game. Like, you need that +1 to really take the fight.
So far, I feel like, you know, we've seen a lot of these mid-game team fights. It's especially true of these 2 teams. And right now it feels like Secret have a lot more in the bank. Like, the initiation is just so much simpler with an ink swell onto one of the 3 heroes.
It's the opposite of that as well though. In game 1, why did they lose? They could take fights, but when they took a fight and they didn't want to take it, they couldn't get out. Now they have PL, Centaur, and Void Spirit, all super elusive heroes in the game. So if Secret doesn't want to take a fight, they will always be able to disengage, reset, and then maybe go again. And when you have heroes like, you know, a Gyro, a BKB, he can fight. With a BKB, he can't. ET, if he has ult, you know, like, these are very on and off heroes from NIGMA. So yeah, I like the idea of Secret, and it clearly sees how they've read game 1 and why they lost, and they're adapting slightly. You know, we need a bigger win condition. We need to be able to choose the fights we want to take. We can't just fall victim to, oh wait, NIGMA's now running at us, we're done. So I just like evolution there, but for NIGMA, they need to decide exactly where they're going with their heroes, unless it is just the simplicity of
I like the bans from Secret.
They are 1 game up, of course, as well. So this would be
that's why I want to see them get a bit creative.
Yeah.
They have last pick.
That's so scary. When your draft looks this nice and you have last pick, that's spooky.
I could see. I don't know who would play it, and I guess I know who would have played it. But Meepo last pick is really strong. I think they need something that sort of changes the win condition. It looks like a Wisp support at the moment, and I'm just not sold on Wisp Gyro into the hero Secret have. Like, Centaur considered a good counter pick, as is PL. And then a Void Spirit with the Inkswell just terrifies me. How are you going to stay alive as a Wisp ET support duo? How will you make active plays around the map?
You know what scares me most is that Kuro barely took any time in the bonus time for this draft. He knew exactly what he wanted, and he has got almost 2 minutes left. Team Secret on the 1 minute ticking down on their bonus time. Looking for a hero for Yapsor as per Kuro's bans.
Like,
What's still in the pool that blows up Tiny? I mean, Io. I mean, Tiny was going to be...
It's not a bad Rubik game.
I love the bands. I love the Willow and the Rubik bands for sure, because when you have Centaur, you want that ranged area. So even like, I'd say like an SD as well, if that's still available. Against ET, you can purge everything from there, so he's not too tanky. You have the save.
Yeah, but that's real tricky.
But yeah, it is less map pressure. And
if it's the upstream, I mean, he'd just go Earthshaker, right?
Oh, Sky.
Even better.
Nice. Yeah,
we saw that in the first series. Seems somewhat underrated. Did it get changed at all?
Which one?
Skywrath. I think you just got a couple of tweaks, maybe a little more base intelligence.
Yeah, nothing too left field for sure.
Oh, it's the second time we saw him today. So
really good setup.
A lot of burst.
Very strong with the Grimstroke as well. Like, this is actually an absurd amount of burst damage you can output. Double silence into Q spam.
But if they don't win their lane, then they go into a difficult spot of PL has to hit jungle. He can't really go just defusal and fight because Gyro is that big magic damage to deal with that.
Does Grimstroke PL lose a lane though? Like, do either of these side lanes lose?
Sanking can pressure with the correct 4. I think maybe with the ET it's...
Yeah, because if that is the dual lane, I mean, that's most likely, right? The ET Sand King lane?
It's a lot of punch as well.
Sure.
We'll see with their last pick. There's too much like up in the air with NIGMA where they might be very creative, or they could just go.
You can
also Centaur isn't that one of those heroes that can actually do fairly okay by himself as well. And we know that Secret loves to leave Zai on an island, preferably on the safe lane island, and then go for the tri lane.
This wouldn't be for right now. Dual lanes are like optimal because Centaur plus Sky. Centaur is the perfect buffer for a big like int explosive hero like Sky, and eventually Centaur is sufficient with Vanguard and Retaliate behind tower, opens up Sky to then rotate into lanes that might not be so good.
Arcseer.
Okay.
Well, then we're going to have a little bit of a change of who's playing what.
It is the
Miracle Sand King!
Okay, this is kind of cool.
Did not expect that.
No,
sorry for everybody's eardrums.
Not at all. I was honestly expecting something, but this is the creativity that I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Woo, this is refreshing.
I think Mind Control is the only player in the world I'm happy to see on Darkseer, but this is ambitious. Like, you have a really cool setup now with Vac into SK stun, and we've seen some people try out SK mid, but the trouble is, like, where are your item peaks, and you know, how are you going to scale? Because the trouble is that Secret's lineup is just going to get more and more formidable. But the laning phase could be okay. Caustic build against Void Spirit, how he'll win that, right?
Yeah, Sand King will be able to pressure for sure. I would love to see the Iron play aggressive potentially into the PL. Don't just accept some Centaur Skylane where they're bullying you. So initial 5-man smokes, enter into the game, get good vision out, find out the lanes will be critical for this game. But I love the creativity from NIGMA. It's just a breath of fresh air seeing them just pick different heroes rather than the standard, like what they used to do pre-patch. So yeah. It's going to be a great game.
Will we have a game 3? Maybe.
I hope so, because Dota is real good.
Yeah, it is.
I think so. I like, to your point, what we're seeing out of them, because I think that they've been missing this sort of X factor. Like, oh shit, miracles on Sand King. This is something we haven't said about this team. We haven't been surprised by them much last season.
People just saw that 1,000 game record on GH. Sorry, I jumped ahead. That was the you know, the highlights that are you know, shown.
Yeah. Well, he should hopefully. I think he'll have another
1,001.
Yeah, 1,001. It is time to head over to a commentary team of ODPixel and Fogged. Enjoy.
Thank you very much, Shivy. It's game 2 from NIGMA versus Secret. I'm ODPixel here with Fogged. Hope you're all having a beautiful evening, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, Fogged, what are you looking forward to seeing here? I mean, obviously, the standout thing has got to be that Miracle is on the mid Sand King.
What? No, it's obviously Elder Titan. That's always going to be the thing that stands out for me. ET every time, my favorite hero. Love it. Unfortunately, it's a 5 position, so he's going to get no farm, so we're not going to see the true fun briefcase, but we got to see that earlier. It still fits well, though. I actually like how it fits with like the amping up. I always love heroes like Gyrocopter because it works in both synergies with the way the aura works. Sand King works really well with it. Same thing with Darkseer, too. So some fun stuff coming out from Team NIGMA and Secret. They're going for more like your stable, kind of like these buffed heroes, and they do have good ways to actually like pick heroes off. But when I look at team fight, I'm terrified of this Team NIGMA draft.
Oh yeah, it's you got to be careful as a little old Skyrath really this game, I feel. A few hits from a flat cannon and a stun, and Yapsor's going to be out of action every time.
And I see potential for like the late game too, right? This Darkseer versus PL. You're going to have a PL eventually later on too that's going to be incredibly powerful. So we'll see how it all kicks off. NIGMA trying to pose themselves a bit aggressive since they do have that ET Sand King strength, but it will just be a 2-for-2 exchange, it looks like. Matu's going to go check it out, but My Control is going to claim that rune.
Yeah,
I'm super excited to watch Sanking mid. I actually had a couple games with a couple Sanking mids, and it's been much more impressive than I thought it was going to be.
I mean, because there was this hero, it had some sort of buffs on like the later talents, but nothing really that would change the early game, right? This hero didn't really get changed.
It's just different the way that you can actually play around now. Like if you do get an Aghanims and the way you can actually play in a distance with your epicenter and even with your shard, I'll be honest, I've actually seen the shard being a lot more impressive than I thought it was going to be too.
Okay.
There's actually a lot of fun plays and fun, like crazy damage potentials you can do inside these fights. And it used to be one of the best heroes in the game versus PL for multiple different regions. Sure, Caustic doesn't apply to illusions like it did at that one crazy patch, but
yeah,
overall throughout the game, it's an AoE control versus illusions. You've got two different forms of clear, and you've got a buffed up ET spirit behind it. It's gonna.
I don't think it's gonna be too much fun to lane against in the mid lane for Nisha here. That Caustic finale. I mean, you see it. Look at the damage that's being done. Whoa, it's not fun. Any melee hero in a 1v1 against a Sanking is not going to have a great time, and it is just going to be one of those matchups as well that Nisha just probably hasn't played in too much when he's playing mid Void Spirit.
No, I mean, any melee hero, like you said, it's so difficult, especially if he goes 2 points in the Caustic too, it's like devastating. I don't know if he's going to full commit because you probably want to go for more points in your Sandstorm and stuff, but the lane is going to be tough. Nisha's going to have to find some ways to recover, maybe get some help. See how these side lanes are doing. Centaur versus Gyro. I feel like we've seen this one a lot in particular since you have that big chunky base damage and great animation versus Gyro. Zai should do pretty well down here with the backup of Yapsor.
And in terms of the PL, obviously just got hit last night or so by some further nerfs, but overall still a net gain for this hero after 7.29. You feel that the nerfs are not enough to take him away from being still one of the stronger carries this patch?
Nope, still feels great, especially into certain matchups where they just eventually, like, they might not be able to deal with illusions. So we're talking about how they do have some good ways of just this continuous damage, but if he gets too tanky, you know, if Sanking's dead, how the hell do they clear illusions? Like, we'll get to that point later on, but yeah, this hero is still super strong. And your item peak timings are just so damn good as mid.
In the river, Nisha, he's got a TP. Have they got the damage? Oh, they do. He's out of lane with no TP, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to get a few tips coming into the mid here. And nice to see as well, you know, NIGMA, a team where it's not about tipping your enemies. It's about tipping your buddies, tipping your allies here. Some very nice friendly tips here from NIGMA this series that you got to take your hat off to.
Oh my, and he got both range creep denies too. Puppy even shows up trying to get
it hurts for Nisha.
That.
Oh, I mean,
like, Puppy knows he has to TP. He had to TP mid here. He's like, I'm not going to leave.
He's the mid now. I mean, Nisha's only got 8 CS. I think he's getting, you know, demoted. He's playing support Void Spirit now. Puppy's going to start playing some mid Grim.
And somehow they've done a great job top, where a lot of times you see these Dark Seers first 2 levels, there's like 10 denies on the safe laner. Matu has 1. My Control's at 17 last hits.
Puppy.
Miracle.
Be right. Bow strike not quite having the range to catch him. As Nisha has returned, he's made the long walk back to mid.
Nice early bottle picked up from My Control. We see Kuroki's actually the one carrying it. That's why he went over there to fill up that rune. And this is really nice for Darkseers as well now too. Just being able to go for these earlier bottles. Of course, we've already seen the bottles on Darkseer, but just that much bigger of a benefit that you can apply pressure with bounties. I mean, I'm actually probably just gonna continue watching this mid, because I feel like bottom the Gyro will start to recover soon, because Skywrath can't actually apply too much pressure. But mid is just, I don't know how Nisha recovers. He's gonna have to like stack and just hope.
It's hard. I mean, we've seen these games before where a Void Spirit just has such a tough lane in the middle, and your impact is just so much harder to have. For sort of the mid game, you're going to be under leveled, and you're not going to have sort of that fast item timing that Void Spirits love to rush towards Orchids or Ags or just something, or Yules to make plays with. It's going to be slow because of this tough matchup you've had.
Absolutely, and the one fortunate thing at least is like that is the only big stun that he has to worry about, right? It's the Burrow Strike. Besides that, you know, there's some missiles and stomps that he has to deal with in a vacuum, but those are not as easy to, you know, you can't really control Void Spirit as easily without that. So at least Nisha does have that in the mid game that he will be able to just pierce right into whichever place that he does.
Oh, look at this.
Miracle.
Farming the small camp as well, some efficiency here. Gets behind the tower, grabs the creep wave, takes it over to the camp. You know, he'll happily clear up both of these for the Caustic finale.
Denies Nisha the potential to stack and farm that camp. He's even going to block it himself to make sure Nisha can't farm it. Going to get a ward up. And now he applies pressure onto the mid lane too. Great stuff that we're seeing from Miracle here in this mid lane.
Oh yeah, the Sand King mid looking very good so far. There's Kuro. Looking maybe probably quite dead. He gets the stomp off actually with the TP. Kuro's away. He's going to be able to get himself back to base.
The salve, I think that actually saved him. The salve and then instantly TPs right afterwards. It actually continues for a couple extra seconds and he lives with like 60 HP. So yeah, that probably what saves him. Much stuff coming in from Team NIGMA.
And bottom lane, you know, it does look like we are starting to see after a slow struggle for RTW on the first few waves, he is catching up and he's doing fine. You know, they brought the pressure lane into his face and he's recovering. You know, he hasn't died. He's not fed down here. He's dealt with it. We'll see again on the replay. So let's see how much damage he does go down. So down to about 100 HP. He starts popping the salve. Let's see how much if they can do 100 HP. They did. Yeah, he went down to 20. He would have absolutely been dead. Just spot on. Spot on. I mean,
Beautiful.
just something about NIGMA today where they're just completely turned on about everything. Nothing. They're giving it their full potential. And
they're turned on about everything.
Oh, I mean, I am watching them play. This is some brilliant stuff.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal. It really is. Like the gyro has recovered. You know, as you said, Centaur good versus gyro in the first few levels, but he's gotten better. And Skywrath overall as a hero, you're still kind of the same. You don't have this dominant early like laning presence. Your hero really does start to fall off quite hard. You've gotten buffs, but they're not really that big. He's gonna slip some couriers though.
All right, yeah. Goodbye to your TP, Clarity, and Observer Ward, Mr. GH. As Yapsel takes that away. Zai, he's dead. All right, RTW and GH now in position to get kills onto Zai. If the lane wasn't sort of getting recovered as nicely as it was already, now getting kills on the offlaner as well.
So much magic damage, just the overcharge bumping up the gyrocopters from Rocket Barrage. Even a 1,200 HP hero like Centaur just chewed through. And Skywrath has to watch. Skywrath does not contribute anything besides just a little slow that comes up from that concussive, which is the ability that got buffed.
So he's got to be careful. Now the level 6 has been hit. They've got the extra bit of firepower with the cooldown if an opportunity arises for a kill.
Yeah, and I know he really wants the Vanguard because it really is like the best item you can get on Centaur, but there's a lot of arguments for a hood that might be necessary this game. There's just so much magic that's NIGMA.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, if Vanguard is what he's got queued up, but I mean, I know it did get buffed. But you're absolutely right. A hood is going to go a long, long way here this game.
It feels really good on Centaur, though. I do have to reiterate. Like with Retaliate and with the Vanguard, I've seen like everybody doing it now too. It feels really good. Sure. This game, like I'm saying, it just could be appropriate for him to actually go for hood, maybe even pipe eventually in this game. It's Miracle. Almost has his Blink Dagger finished. So he's going to go for the rush, just playmaking. He's not going to go for some type of greedy like Aghanims, it looks like. He wants to get really active, and I like that. Because he has Ion Shell, too. So he can just run around the map with Ion Shell, with this Blink looking for plays, while Io and Gyrocopter can relocate and join every single one of these fights, too, and just farm. So I like that he's going to go for this, and hope he does continue to go for the Blink. Then he can hunt PL. He can actually just find catches on PL, because PL, as we know, it takes some time to actually be able to get involved.
Oh, they want IOTW. They're coming in with the Stampede. They're charging him down. Can they keep him alive? The charges come out. GH keeping him alive for now. Burrow Strike comes in from Miracle. The counter plays there from NIGMA. As Zai and Puppey will fall, NIGMA keep IOTW alive.
Is under attack.
I think Miracle was bottling GH as he TPs into, so those little bit of extra increments of healing coming from the IO tether, it gets amplified, it gets turned. 4-0, NIGMA, 0 mistakes so far, and they've even forced PL to jungle. This is just all looking fantastic for them right now.
This is some crazy stuff. A Miracle just casually 4.6k net worth at the moment. 1k ahead of that of Nisha.
He's got Blink, he's got Fairy's Trinket, he's got Epi. He can kill like anybody really on the map if he connects.
See if they're able to get the jump on Nisha.
He's going to wait for the darks here, it looks like. Maybe just the +1, that little extra control with the vacuum.
They need it. They need it. Wouldn't be quite enough damage between him and the ET, so
no.
A third was needed. Still,
there's no points in the aura yet on Kuro either. He's gone for just, he's 5 positions, so he can't.
Top tower.
See what sort of a jump they can get. This is all under the ward, so that the Blink reveal will be spotted out by Secret. Nisha actually going to get the jump on a Kuro. I mean, he's actually able to walk away. Miracle's in with the power strike. The stomp down. Nisha, he's going to jump in for the kill. He's not going to get it. Kura's going to live. Oh, no. They just can't get anything this game, Secret.
And now he may have revealed the fact that there's a ward on the high ground there, too, with the way that he moved instantly to when Kura was.
Oh, Kura, I mean, he's just not dying this game, Kura. Look at that play up top of the healing salve in the river. Nisha not able to finish him off. He's unkillable, Kura.
And yeah, look at this, the D ward. Immediately, like I was saying, he knows because of the way that Nisha moved toward him and the way that they've reacted running away, he's going to be able to get a D ward. He has Tranquil Boots, so he full heals too, and now he takes a point in Aura to be able to buff up, you know, all that magic damage his team has. This is really good stuff from NIGMA.
Nisha, go get a courier.
Value. They need that.
Well, this time, you know, ILTW, he's going to be ahead of Matu's farm on the PL.
And he's going to be able to get this Maelstrom that is so good versus Phantom Lancer, and he's got Overcharge behind him, so it's buffed. It's spell amplified versus that PL2. They got a deep ward as well to be able to watch while Matu is farming. They know Secret is not fight ready. They can just keep running at them right now with this early Blink Dagger.
See them trying to catch Nisha, and missiles heading his way, but they won't dive in for him, NIGMA. Take some actions.
Look at Matu's positioning. They just forced him completely out of the right side of the map, just wasted like a full minute of his time to go TP to jungle. They'll take the Ancients away, making all the right moves. And we did see Zai. He did go for Hood, by the way. He did not go for that Vanguard.
It makes so much sense,
yeah. After. Yeah, it's like all magic damage.
It really is. It really is. It absolutely needs that to turn up to the fights and get involved, especially with the levels that NIGMA's heroes getting in against, especially against the mid-sanking Miracle kicking out an insane amount of magical damage.
Another power rune for Miracle. Has he gotten... Is that every single one, I think? I want to say. Did he give up any of them just yet? I don't believe so.
Regeneration.
We're seeing as well was the fastest Blink Dagger timing. Not too surprising, though, seeing as how well his lane went. And he is the mid-sanking. He's going to have that boost to farm, especially with those cute little moves he made around the small creep cap.
It's the fact that he's so high level too. Like he's got max sandstorm, max burrow. He's got, of course, as we said, the fairy trinket. So it's like PL when he shows up, these illusions are going to die pretty quickly. Include like an ion shell as well being thrown in. This isn't going to be an easy recovery for Secret by any means.
I mean, that is the thing. So for Matu, what's his game plan? When he's got the diffusal blade, is he turning up or can he not? You know, when does he start thinking about getting involved? Is it after the first time, or does he have to get a few items in before he can fight into NIGMA?
I think he needs both the Hood and the Diffusal before he even wants to get anywhere near the fights. But even then, it doesn't look easy at all. I think Secret has to play some type of playoff or pick-off game and then try to like outnumber NIGMA or just catch them really out of position. Because I think if NIGMA's ever grouped up, just like it started to look like in that last game, there's no way Secret can battle into this. Like 3 points in vacuum even too, on top of everything. Like Mind Control, he's just maxing it out. So it just synergizes so well with the call down, with the Sanking Stun, with the Earth Splitter as well. It's gonna be tough. Secret, they are smoked now. I believe they have the Blink and the Atos. So now they can actually make plays.
NIGMA's on the high ground though. Stampede in, they're gonna get the jump onto RTW with the 6 flares and enough burst to take him out. It's not, he's gonna get relocated over to the side, but Matu's there waiting. We'll be able to kill him off. Now turns towards the next 2 targets, Soulbind with the setup, but Secret a little hesitant on committing into this, even with RTW dead.
Miracle, he epied the floor.
Well, the floor's dead, I guess. A Secret, they've got to find the IO. They're going to be able to jump over, get the grab on the Mind Control. The setup's there with the Remnant. They get the vacuum wall, the power strike. Oh, there's the combo, baby! There's the combo onto the 4 of them as they take down 3. And Miracle's not done yet. He's running down Matu. Matu and Yapso, they've got to get out of there. As there we have it, as you were saying before, these points in the vacuum, the setups there from Mind Control. And NIGMA with a beautiful turnaround. They don't need the carry in the game. They just need those 2. Miracle and Mind Control comboing it up perfectly.
They hit the floor. That was only a Burrow Strike as well as the Caustic and the Sandstorm.
Oh, he doesn't need no epicenter. The floor can have it.
I just want to see it again, honestly.
Yeah,
Everybody just wants to see that vacuum.
Oh,
again.
let's see that.
That was just way too pretty. But they did get the kill. They got the gyrocopter. They surprised him with the blink and the Atos reveal. Don't think it's going to catch them again, though. God, that was so pretty. I miss seeing Sand King Darkseer together. You know, that's how you make Darkseer work, Kyle. Or that's how you make Sand King work. You just pick Darkseer with it every time.
Sand King Darkseer, it's
combo.
I mean, yeah, that was always one of the sort of the funnest duos to have, paired up with the Darkseer, but obviously not
top.
Oh, Nisha, he's actually going to go in on this.
Oh, here.
They're in onto LTW. And can they burst through? Mystic Flare's going to get dropped down onto the IO. Will kill him. RTW is still able to get his spells off. The cooldown's out. And NIGMA's going to be able to turn this one around. They've found two. They're looking over towards another. They've got the catch on Zai.
And Matu, he shows up in the back. He does kill off Kuroki, but now he's being chased. He used his doppel. 5 seconds remaining on it. They're actually going to throw the wall.
Yeah. Start getting the illusions working onto him. Miracle's going to have the jump up in a bit of time. Yeah, it's ready. There is an Invis rune. Oh, do they have detection? They don't, but do they need it? They do. The vacuum not quite able to catch him as Matu. He's able to walk out of there. The Invis rune saving his life. Oh, I say that. Miracle's actually still chasing, and Matu does try to farm the camp. And he's fine. Yapsor's by his side. He'll get out of there. 12-4 now, though, for Team NIGMA. And they're at a 4K advantage.
Gyros survives doing all that big brunt. Look at how he's building on ILTW. A casual cloak thrown in there, give him the Sage for that
look at this
health too from the IO. I love the little extra stats.
I mean,
oh my god.
I mean,
ET Spirit on top. Oh, just beautiful.
Oh my goodness, let's look at that again.
One more time.
I mean, that vacuum sucked in a good way. 4 heroes straight away.
Somehow Yapsor's right on the cusp of it too. That could have just been all 5.
They got to watch out for those combos. And back in the action, Yapsor does die. LTW to pick up a kill, and on the mid lane, Miracle's already making the jump in onto Matu. I get the vacuum, surging Miracle up as well with the Sandstorm down. Matu's out with the Doppelganger.
It's continuing to slow him down. Every time he shows his face, I'm seeing Miracle. No hesitation. He just runs where the PL is located to just stop him from farming. ILTW continuing to keep that lead.
Yeah, top net worth at the moment, 4-1-3.
Nisha farming that creep pretty aggressively. He does have the steps, but there's some catch.
Burrow strike into the storm. He's still got a step available. In fact, he's got 2. He's up to the high ground. If they've got anything divided, they have mind control with the vacuum. He's got another step. He's still running, but Kuro's chasing. Kuro's ready to give some punches. He's out to the side with the Assimilate, but he's got no further escape as Nisha goes down. Another kill for NIGMA.
Oh. Are they going to join their relocate too? I think Secret wanted to go, but yeah, NIGMA's too close. They smoke immediately. They're going to opt against looking for the battle there.
I mean, they're just running at them.
On the hunt.
There's no Nisha. Depth for 30 seconds. NIGMA's got the numbers.
Miracle. Blink down for 8 seconds. Can't quite get him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
More time wasted though. Matu does not want to just sit in the trees up here.
So many moves, so much action coming out. I think you'll be forgiven for thinking we were anywhere further into the game. We're only 18 minutes in. But already some of the items and timings that NIGMA's hitting and these kills, 14 against the 4. It's looking very spooky for Secret. They've got to try and find some sort of recovery plan here, but Nisha, Zai falling behind. Now Nisha, on the Void Spirit, as we said, that this is not an easy hero to catch back up. He's 1-4-0.
Yep, really struggling, and they're struggling to really do much of anything. I'm seeing Puppy doesn't want to really show himself. He's also gone for a fighting build rather than a pushing out build. So who's going to really push out lane so much on their team? They have Skywrath and Grimstroke has level 1 Q. So the Centaur probably has to show in lane sometimes, which just completely removes any of their actual ganking potential. So it's just tough for Secret to just play the macro game at the moment versus Team NIGMA, who just is looking for battles. They're just running at them. ILTW finishes the full hood. He's like, I'm only dying because of Skywrath and this Centaur burst damage. Screw it. Just tank up through it.
SM1 Hood, yeah, he's a tanky boy. Smart builds here. He's just charging straight in. That's how confident he feels right now. He's running up into the 3 of them. He'll turn with the Stampede. He's going to get the save here as the heal comes through from GH. RTW getting low. The backup's there. Miracle comes with the Burrow Strike. The vacuum wall is dropped down. Goodness. As RTW finally falls, there'll be a buyback from Zai. Miracle's just running them down. Matu's got no escape. as they lose them one by one. Mind Control still alive. Zai trying to finish him off, but Miracle comes back in with the Burrow Strike, jumping in onto Zai. Zai will fall. Nisha with another Astral Step crosses across Mind Control, but it isn't enough damage. Mind Control still alive as Miracle just runs down Nisha. Burrow Strike onto the Void Spirit as it's 4 dead on Secret.
One more.
They're not done yet. Miracle into the base. He's ready to start diving tier 4s. They've got the setup with the Yules, buying time for the Burrow Strike. He'll be silenced, but it doesn't matter. They just chase him down with the right clicks. The towers are hitting hard, and Miracle will die for this dive. Puppy coming in as well. Can they punish GH and Mind Control? As Nisha's chasing, he's coming with a buyback for this. As GH is looking pretty dead. Mind Control will manage to TP out. GH, he will go down slowly but surely here as Puppy and Nisha chase him down. Essence Ring buys him a bit of time, but he'll still fall. So, I mean, flashy moves from NIGMA. A little too overexcited, though, from them diving in. Miracle's aggressive dive on Yapsor does cost him and GH's life.
Great glyph usage there, we'll call it. As they catch them a little bit off guard. Overextending. ILTW almost gets saved. I think it was Yapsor who comes in clutch with the 8-toast, stopping the relocate initially. That fight could have been a full-blown disaster, but it still was pretty one-sided.
We'll see this dive again. I mean, as you say, what was the thoughts there? You can't underestimate how much these tier 4s do hurt. Few tower hits flying through, and that's a recipe for a pretty dead sanking. Back in the action, we've got another attempt onto ILTW's life coming through, but he's still alive. The Burrow Strike comes in, he will fall, but the setup's been there. As the walls gets dropped down, Zai falls, Puppy as well. Matu's got to run. As NIGMA, they're chasing him down. The hard hits coming out from Kuro. As Matu's trying to run, Miracle's going to be able to find him again with the Burrow Strike. Double kill for Miracle. As we'll see, I mean,
he can't show up to. It just feels like he can't show up to fights. Like the ET aura, it ruins these type of agi heroes so badly. And with the type of the game state that it's been, like NIGMA just battles right through it. They lose ILTW, but who cares? They're fine with taking these fights still. It's Miracle on the chase again.
See if you can control Nisha long enough. He has got the Yules. Nisha's up to the high ground. Mind Control's in with the jump. He's going to be able to get the vacuum actually onto the two of them. And they're going to continue to chase. Miracle's in with another Burrow Strike over towards Yapsor. Yapsor's gone.
They are respawning though. Zai is about to come back too.
Nisha, can he get back in on this? He's going to be able to get the catch onto Kuro with the Ink Swell set up from Puppy. Think of the Phantom's Embrace. So Miracle's got an epicenter. He's ready to go back in, but Nisha's off to the side. Miracle not quite able to make the jump in time as Nisha's out.
Immediately again though, just right back onto the enemy side, not looking to push out the side lanes so much, just keep looking for this battle, force these reactions. As that looks like now, Roche going to be on the mid.
Yeah,
they got the pipe as they finished a while ago on Mind Control. They're feeling really strong around this area. Even though they don't have the epi, they're still feeling that confidence.
It's got to be worrying for Secret. I mean, the last 2 team fights we've seen that NIGMA has still won, there have been team fights where RTW's died at the start. You know, there have been fights that he's not really been able to have too much impact at all, and it hasn't mattered. NIGMA still taking the team fights very easily. And just, you know, very impressive, sort of showing it the trust that ILTW has in the team to sort of clean things up, even if he does go in first. You know, no fear from him at all as he voluntarily initiates both times, knowing that even if he does get fully focused and taken down, the rest of NIGMA are going to be able to get the cleanup. You know, these moves, they do seem coordinated. This isn't him just going in, you know, like a headless chicken. This is planned moves from NIGMA.
No, he knows that he needs to be the one to eat the brunt of the spells, because then it allows those big counter initiations, the Elder Titan, Sand King, and Darkseer. They can connect with all those big spells. He's baiting Secret to stack up for that big vacuum. Absorb. Will be all right, but he will lose his ward immediately. I mean, they're also high level too on the side of NIGMA. I'm noticing like level. If ILTW is actually 15. GH is 15 because ILTW has died at the start.
Yeah.
All the supports and everybody else has been amplified so much, and it makes a big difference. Like ET, he's got max aura. And it actually makes such a big difference when you're playing at this point in the game, and you can just negate all that magic resistance, all that armor away from the PL in particular. And now PL, we do see Matu, he's got the shard. So now maybe he can play from a distance where he's throwing lances, and then he can wait till the ET or one of these annoying heroes is taken out of the fight, and then he can start getting on top of them again. But it's going to be a tough climb. He was still an Ancient.
Miracle. He's looking for Zai. Zai is going to put the Stampede. They're going to have the Yules into the Storm. Zai, he's gone.
no hesitation. Miracle immediately gets the kill top, TP's mid, starts running over to connect to his team, just looking for the next battle every single moment.
I mean, they might look to dive this. Mind Control surging himself forward. They're going to get the cooldown, drop down onto Yapzor. Yapzor, there's no escape for him. Another, it's 26-9 here, 25 minutes in.
I love the bloodthirst. There's no passivity coming out from Team NIGMA. It's literally just everyone is looking for fights. No one's like even thinking about the lanes because they've got a Darkseer. It just naturally pushes in with the Ion Shells. They're just looking, just swinging from one side of the map to the other. No space. Like Matu just never has space to actually go pushing out these waves because there's always some crazy fight just happening already from NIGMA. Love it.
I'll look to take the safer tier 2s here as Secret sort of left stuck in the base now.
It's just getting harder too. Like that's the thing. It's like maybe if you feel like the PL is going to be able to overwhelm at some point, it's not. He's playing into some natural counters. The itemization that NIGMA's building up to just enable this gyro more too. The max solar crest. They're going to have the Aghanims finished on Darkseer eventually. It's already got pipe. So many different things to just ensure that they're going to win all these fights. That PL will not ever become that true carry. Ag's already finished on Sanking now too. So even further chances of an initiation rate.
Off to the base they go. Forcing out the fortification here from Secret. RTW keep pushing up. Just casually tanking the Mystic Flare. He doesn't care.
Nope, he'll get healed up real quick. That IO behind.
They're going to look for the jump, but Miracle's over the counter. Okay, they've got the vacuum fall of the two. They're just dead. Sai and Nisha just wiped off the face of the game as RTW's diving in for the cleanup. Puppy's gone as well. Matu's going to try and jump his way back to the fountain. They're going to call it. They're tapping out of this one as GG is called. NIGMA take game 2. And with that, the series, there's 2-0 against Team Secret. You know, Team Secret that was top of the league last season, Team Secret that was second at the major. NIGMA, they come in with a new change to the roster, ILTW in the carry, Miracle in the mid, and it looks phenomenal, Fogg. You don't get to see this sort of debut after a roster change look this good ever, really.
No, they're killers. And